Charlemagne, or Charles the Great, is often called the father of Europe. But what shaped his vision as a ruler, warrior, and reformer? Today we'll dive into the mind of Charlemagne, his views on leadership, faith, and his empire. Charlemagne's vision of leadership. Charlemagne saw leadership as both a divine responsibility and a tool for uniting his people. As king of the Franks and later the Holy Roman Emperor, he believed his role was to bring order and stability to a fragmented Europe. Right action is better than knowledge, but in order to do what is right, we must know what is right. He tirelessly traveled across his empire to personally oversee reforms, holding his nobles accountable and ensuring that justice was served. His faith and the empire. For Charlemagne, faith wasn't just personal, it was central to his rule. He believed he was chosen by God to defend and expand Christendom. His wars against the Saxons weren't just conquests, they were efforts to spread Christianity. After defeating the Saxons, he offered them the choice between baptism or death, a decision that highlights both his devotion to faith and his ruthless pragmatism. Charlemagne viewed religion as a unifying force, but his methods remind us of the complex relationship between faith and power, education and reform. Charlemagne understood the power of knowledge. Despite being only semi-literate himself, he championed education, founding schools, and inviting scholars from across Europe to his court. To have another language is to possess a second soul. He encouraged the preservation of classical texts and standardized Latin, ensuring cultural continuity during a chaotic time. This revival became known as the Carolingian Renaissance. He believed that a strong empire needed educated leaders and a shared cultural foundation. Unity through diversity. Charlemagne ruled over a diverse empire of Franks, Lombards, Saxons, and more. He used law, religion, and military power to unite these different peoples under a single identity. He issued a standardized set of laws known as capitularies, blending local customs with his vision for justice. He saw unity not as erasing differences, but as building a common framework to ensure stability. Charlemagne's mind was a blend of faith, vision, and pragmatism. He dreamed of a unified Europe built on education, justice, and faith, but his methods were often ruthless. His story reminds us that great leaders shape history, not only through their ideals, but through their actions. What do you think was Charlemagne's greatest legacy?